Lastswimcustoms here, and today we're just gonna hang out and try something new. I was digging through my boxes the other day and I found some old tube style jigs, and they were purple on the top with a lot of purple flake in them, and they had a real bright flow green bottom like as a skirt, and they looked really good. And I was kind of curious, I wonder what that would look like in the crappie slayers with the tail molds. So I've got our epic bait molds 2-inch crappie slayer here, as well as the 3-inch stepped up version. So we have tail molds for both of these. So we're gonna try to change some colors that we have into colors that will work for this. So what I'm thinking is we have a little bit of a purpley Junebug color here. I'm gonna heat this up and add some more purple and add a ton of purple flake to this and see if we can make a really good body color out of that. This is the color I'm not sure about. This is what we're gonna use for the tails. This is actually MF chartreuse. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat it up and I'm going to just dump a bunch of bait plastics flow green in it and try to green this up a lot. So I think it's actually gonna work, but really won't know until we try. So we're gonna get this heated up. I'm gonna break out the tail molds and let's shoot some, hopefully, very bright green tails. Okay, so we got this over here. This is definitely chartreuse, and I'm just gonna add some of this flow green. This is just gonna be a limited run, so I'm not really gonna keep track. We're just gonna eyeball it and try to make this a really cool color. So we may have to add a little bit of white to brighten this up. I don't know yet, but we just want it to be really bright. That's all we're going for here, is just a really bright green that is pretty opaque, and that's it right there. I mean, that looks really good. Okay, so along with doing some tails, we have a little bit left over, since this ain't gonna be a very big run, to do some solid colors. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll start with the tails, and then I've got the 2 and 3-inch up here, so we can pull on over to that. So I'm actually going to shoot the tails first. I actually don't know that we're gonna have enough to do both of those, so I think I'm going to save some of this and maybe just do the 2-inch. I thought there was going to be more in that cut, but I'm kind of used to working with 2-cup amounts now that sometimes I forget how much an injector really pulls down on a 1-cup amount. So we'll hold pressure on this for just a second. I think these are going to look really good in a single color too. So okay, then we'll top that off, and we'll put the rest back in here, and then we should have enough to do tails again, should we need to. So this is just kind of a test run just to see kind of how these turn out, but I think they're gonna look really good. So I'm gonna get this purple in the microwave, get it heated up, and then we need to make this a little brighter and add a ton of purple flake in it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, get it going. Okay, sorry about the microwave going, but we're gonna roll with this. There is the tails, that real bright green color that I was looking for, and they look really good. That's the 2-inch, and that is the 3-inch. So let's cue a little montage and get these thrown into the molds. Okay, this purple is extremely warm, and I think it's gonna look really good. So we're gonna give it one last little stir there. Pull some of this up and start injecting. Okay, that went really smooth. Nothing really beats the hot plastic when you get to inject it and it's real thin. Yeah, it just flows really, really well. Okay, now we'll go over to the 2-inch. Okay, got 4 clamps on these because when I'm doing 2-color, I want to leave no room for the mold splitting open, because if you have these type of clamps, it can definitely happen. So, okay, now we're going to top off. Okay, and we will let these cool off and do a really cool demold, because I think these are going to look awesome. Okay, let's do some sweet demolds. As you can see, that sprue looks really good, and I'm excited to check these out. Hopefully they kind of achieved what I was going for here. So let's see about cracking this mold open. I think they're going to stick in the bottom side, so we should be able. Oh yeah, it's just like I thought it would with the tails, so that looks really nice in the 3-inch there. So now let's crack open the 2-inch. I think the same thing applies, that if you lift the top off, the mold's baits will usually want to stay on the other side of the mold. Okay, and there it is in the 2-inch. These just look awesome. I love making 2-color crappie stuff. It just always comes out so good. Like, look at that. I love how some of the flake kind of bleeds over into the edge of the tail. It just gives it a really neat effect. That is exactly what I was going for. That looks good. Very nice looking baits there. Perfect for what I was going for. And like I told you earlier, I shot some solid greens, and here is the solid greens here. Nice and bright, and a good use of some extra plastics, so not bad at all. We'll go ahead and pull the 3-inch out of the mold as well, I guess. And I'll show you them. Here is the 3-inch up close and personal. They look a touch more purple. In person, they look kind of more of a darker purple on the viewfinder here on the camera, so that is not an easy color to get to show up on camera. It still looks way darker. The only way I can explain it is if you kind of come to the side like this is a really good view of what I see. But when I bring it up here, you'll notice stuff starts to get a little dark, and I'm not really sure why that is, but that is a really good view of what I'm seeing, that more purpley color. Here is a little look at them outside. Maybe you guys can tell a little more about them outside. But like I said, I really like how that, especially on the 2-inch, how that purple flake kind of fades over into the tails there. It actually looks really cool. Kind of gives it some texture as it fades into that green, so it's not as abrupt of a change. But yeah, they look really good. Super happy with these. There you have it. We kind of played around, come up with a different color scheme just for a small run. It was something I kind of saw in my tackle box and wanted to replicate, and I think we did a pretty good job. They actually turned out really good. So if you want to pick up any of those baits, there will be a link in the description below where you can head on over to the store and pick those up if they are still available. Limited runs stick around for a little while, and then they're gone when they sell. So there's really no telling how long they're going to be on the store. I try to wait for the video before I post them on the store, just to give you guys a little more opportunity to pick those up. If you want to use any of the molds that we use today, or get them, you can head on down in the description. There'll be a link to Epic Bait Molds where you can pick up some really awesome molds. If you are a bait maker looking to get into it, great resource for some really awesome molds and profiles. Thank you guys so much for the 1,000 subs. We are now partnered on YouTube, and that is just tremendous. That is going to open up so many doors for this channel, for things that I can do and share with you guys. I know this particular type of video isn't super helpful, but it is kind of a way to share my ideas and maybe help inspire somebody and kind of give you a few more colors to think about. If you guys really do want recipes for the stuff we use today, I'm sure I can make it. Just let me know down in the comments below. But until next time, I will catch you guys in the next one.